Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Rita Uzoma Okulu, and this is Uzo's Tribe, where we talk about love, life, career, faith, my life in the UK as an international student, scholarships, and everything in between. Today, this video is made for Cheveners, okay? And today I will be telling you how to prepare for your interview. This video is a part 1. Stay tuned and enjoy. So guys, how do you prepare for your Chevening interview? First of all, if you have been chosen to attend an interview, congratulations. I can imagine how excited you are, and I'm excited for you as well. So congratulations. It's not been an easy journey. So for you to get here, for you to get this far, is what congratulating, is what celebrating. And if you did not make it to the interview stage, I'm so sorry. Do not give up. I got it on my 4th try, guys. 4. So don't give up, okay? Hopefully this time is the lucky charm. First things first, I want you to know that I'm sure by the time I'm posting this video, interview results are probably not yet out. So I want you to just keep that cheerful disposition. I want you to keep the positive attitude going. Don't get so apprehensive as to the results that you begin to emit like negative energy into the universe, into the atmosphere. Keep making positive scriptural declarations. If you're Christian, if you're Muslim, keep making scriptural declarations as well. Positive, keep saying good things, okay? And just keep praying and waiting, and I'm sure you will win. And by the time you win, take my congratulations, okay? Congratulations. Now, it's time to prepare for your interview. What do you need to do? First things first, you have to prepare outwardly for your interview. And when I say outwardly, what do I mean? You have to prepare things like your documentation, your outfits, money, and everything. So let's start from documentation. Ensure that all your documentation is with you, okay? And when I say documentation, I mean documents like your international passport. If you've not uploaded your offer letters, any offer letters that you have, conditional or unconditional. If you haven't uploaded your references, make sure that you have your references with you as well when you're heading to your interview. Just ensure that every document that you know that you'll be asked for, ensure that you have it with you. Now, some people always ask, should I have copies of like things I've done, things I spoke about in my essay? Okay, so if I said, oh, I did this and this, should I have pictures, evidence? It's not necessary. You don't need to. Did I do it? Yes, I did. I downloaded pictures of all the things I said I did, most of it anyway, not all. Things I spoke about in my leadership essay, I downloaded pictures and I took it with me for my interview. Is it necessary that you do so? No. It's not necessary that you do so, but I had a leading from the Holy Spirit specifically telling me to do so. I had a leading from the Holy Spirit telling me to take evidence of things I have done with me to the interview. Normally, this is not what you should do, okay? It's not what you should do, but it's what I did because I specifically heard from God saying, do that. I'm a Christian and I take my work very seriously. I take hearing from God very seriously about things I'm supposed to do. Even when I try to ignore it, because a lot of scholars were telling me, oh, there's no need, you don't need to go with it and stuff like that. I decided personally to do that. So it's not necessary for you to do that unless you have a personal conviction that that is what you should do, because you might do that and then it wouldn't favor you. So anyway, so your major documentation, your passport, your conditional offer letters, your reference letters and things like that, ensure that everything is printed out, put in an envelope neatly and ready to go. Another thing you want to prepare before your interview is money for your bus or flight ticket, especially if you don't live in Lagos, Abuja, or I think there's a new center now in Enugu for interviews. If you don't live in any of these 3 places, then you have to ensure that you have your monies ready for your flight or your bus or whatever it is, so that you can go ahead of time and do your interview. If you also don't have friends in these cities, you might want to also keep a little money aside for an Airbnb or a motel or hotel or whatever as the case may be, or start reaching out to friends that live in these cities and say, oh, listen, I'm going to be in Lagos, I'm going to be in Abuja or in Enugu for like 2 to 3 days. Please, would you help me? Can I stay at yours? and blah blah blah. The third thing I feel like you might want to get ready before your interview is your outfit. Yes, you heard me right, your outfit. So some people might be like, oh, this is not important, kiniko. My dear, it is very important. You know the saying, you are addressed the way you are dressed. This one, you are assessed the way you're dressed. Now, they may not outrightly give marks for your dressing, but you should know that your dressing makes like some sort of impression on your panel. And you don't want a situation where you go in there and the first thing the first opinion of you they have is, why is this one's shirt unironed? What's this person wearing? Why is the dress so indecent? Or why is this or why is that? Please plan your outfit the same way you're going to plan what you're going to say. Plan your outfit to the letter. Now, for your interview outfit, you should be gunning for 3 major things. Okay, you should be gunning for 3 major things. You should be gunning for comfortability. I say comfortability first because during my first interview, I was going for chic, classy. My people, I wore something so tight and uncomfortable. My skirt tore before I got to the interview venue, and that affected my confidence. It affected my confidence so bad because I walked into the place. First of all, my top was so tight, so my hands were just like this. I couldn't move. My skirt, the slit had turned to almost to my bum. It was up, way up my thigh, and I wasn't wearing tights or anything. So I was walking lopsidedly, trying to ensure that nobody see my back. It already took away from my confidence. So the first thing, comfortability, because comfortability affects this next thing, which is confidence. So wear something you're comfortable in, wear something that you're confident in, that best suits, that best dress you know, that makes you feel like a CEO, that makes you feel like $1 million. That should be the clothes you're targeting. Also, wear something smart. So these are the 3 things: comfortability, smartness, and confidence. These are the 3 things you should keep in mind when you're picking your outfit. So normally you should go for corporate or corporate casual. This corporate or corporate casual could actually be traditional wear as well, but just make sure that you look smart, you're comfortable, and that you're confident in what you are wearing. Okay, guys, now that we've talked about your dressing, your money for flight and everything, and of course your documentation, let's talk about your mind. How to prep your mind for the interview. Your mind. Why? Because if you feel like you can actually get this, then you can. So my first interview, I wore something very uncomfortable, so automatically affected my confidence and my mind. I was already wondering, can I do this? Oh my God. You know, I was so fearful, and of course I didn't make it. That was my 3rd time applying. I didn't make it past the interview stage. I didn't pass the interviews. However, this time that I got it, I wore what I was comfortable in. My shoes were low-heeled, comfortable. It was heels, but the heels were low, comfortable. My skirt, comfortable. My jacket, comfortable. I felt like $1 million. I felt good. I already knew it was a positive day. Already, I had been prepping my mind. I had prayed enough. I had worshipped. I had prepped my mind. I told myself, Rita, you can do this. You're going there to tell them what you've done. This is something you've done. Nobody did it for you. You're not lying. So just go there and convince them the same way you've convinced them on paper. Go there and speak. You're a lawyer. Man, go there, speak to them. I was giving myself pep talks. And I tell you, that day, I was ready. I told myself, I said, this is not an interview. Rita, this is just you going to sit down before a panel of 3 to 4 people to discuss about what you love to do, what you've already done, what you love to do, and to tell them about your career plans. That was how I told myself. I said, I'm not going for an interview. I'm not going to be assessed. I'm going there to tell them that pick me because I'm worth it. I have value to give. This is what I've done. You understand? I have evidence of what I've done. So entering the interview room for me, and I'm seeing 3 women, I was so glad. Immediately I played on that. I told them, oh my God, I didn't even rehearse this or plan this. I saw 3 women and I'm like, oh, beautiful. Good day, good day. I didn't sit down. I was standing. It's rude to just enter and just sit down like you own the place. When you go there, greet, look them in the face, greet them. If possible, extend your hand for a handshake if they do so. If not, just greet them with a kind smile, a confident smile. Ask them how their day is going and stand. Once they invite you to sit, because they will, then you sit down. Okay, so when I'd done all that, I kept eye contact, I greeted, I had a beautiful smile, I sat down, and my opening statement was, I'm really happy to see women on my panel today. because my work is basically on women's empowerment, women's financial emancipation, and who better to understand me than women? And they were smiling because they could relate. So that's what confidence does for you, okay? That's what confidence does for you. So just go there with your mind already made up that this is not even an interview. This is just you going to prove to people, show them what you've done, and just prove to them that you really did everything that you said you did in your essay. Let's go on to what you'll be expected to do at the interviews. So automatically when you come, the first thing most times that they're going to ask you is, tell us your name, or maybe tell us a little bit. It could be any variation of this. Some will say, tell us your name and a little bit. Tell us why you chose Chevening. Or tell us your name, tell us why you chose the UK. Or tell us your name and a little bit about you. Okay? And then this is the opportunity to give your name. If they say, tell us your name and a little bit about you, this is not to say I'm from Anambra, I love to eat, I love to this. It is basically tell us about, your journey so far. Like, who are you? So you're telling us about your career. You're telling us about where you started, what you studied, your career, where you've been, what you've done so far, and where it is you're going. That is the tell us about you they're asking for. So my name is Rita Uzoma Okolo. I'm a legal practitioner. I studied, at the University of Nigeria for my undergraduate, graduated in 2017. In 2018, I proceeded to the Nigerian Law School, where I was called to the Nigerian bar as a barrister and solicitor of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Since my call to the Nigerian bar, I have been, practicing as a legal practitioner in the human rights sector and as a litigation lawyer. I have done this, and this between the year 2018 when I was called till now. I have I've taken certification courses in women's rights, and I feel like there is still a gap. This is the reason why I have chosen to undertake a master's degree in the United Kingdom, and I have chosen to apply for the Chevening scholarship as well, because I intend to do XYZ in the next 5 years, and I require a master's degree for this next step. So when you give them like my name is this, this is my education, you give your education, you give your career, you give your volunteering, then you might now chip in a sentence or so about your hobbies, what it is you love to do. I love to see movies and I love to read books. My best author is John Grisham, and that's basically it about me. Say with confidence, be smiling, keep eye contact with every member of your panel. Most times your panelists will be a minimum of 3 people, somebody from the FCDO or the Chevening, whatever there, and then 2 other people maybe in your field. There are different variations of breaking the iceberg. They might not say, tell me about yourself. They might say, tell us your name and tell us why you chose Chevening. Tell us your name, tell us why you chose the UK. Different variations. They could ask you anything. The point is, do not be in a hurry to answer. I must mention that all these icebreaker questions are not graded. All this tell us about yourself, tell us why you chose Chevening, tell us why you chose the UK. The beginning, that first question they will ask you just to break the ice, is not graded. Does not mean you shouldn't prepare for it. Prepare for it like it's a graded question. Why? Because if you flop this question sets the foundation for an amazing interview. If you flop this question or you don't do well, even your confidence will drop. And if your confidence drops, how do you answer the harder questions when they start asking you about your essays? So please take this question as seriously as the questions that will be graded, okay? Take it very, very seriously. Practice it. Practice for it. Prepare for it. Look them in the eye when you're speaking, when you're answering the questions. Remember their names. If the person, your panelist is Jennifer, who asked you the question, say, thank you, Jennifer. Thank you very much for your question, Jennifer. My name is blah, blah, blah. And then you answer. Don't rush when you're answering the questions. Don't, because you have crammed something, you want to in a hurry. Don't even cram answers. Just allow it flow. Don't be in a hurry to answer. Listen to the question. They might ask you a question that is 2-tiered. Tell us about yourself and tell us why you chose Chevening. These are 2 questions. So if you only tell us about yourself and you don't mention why you chose Chevening, automatically you've not fully answered your question. So listen. Every single time they're going to ask you something, listen. Be sure that you've gotten all the question. If you didn't hear, just smile and be like, please, could you repeat your question? It's not a problem. It doesn't take away marks. The person will repeat the question, and then you can pause. You can take a sip of water, because when you come into the interview, they normally give you water. You can take a sip of water just to gather your thoughts, and then you proceed to answer in a tempered manner, in a confident manner. Keep smiling, keep engaging with them, give them eye contact. look at 3 of them intermittently and smile and answer your question. Like, chill, in a very chill manner. Don't rush to answer rubbish. I'm telling you now. Personally, Shami, I did not drink their water because I knew my hands would shake. So when they offered me water, I was still smiling in a beautiful way, and I said no thank you, and it was still fine. The major thing you're going to be asked is on your 4 essays. So you need to read your essays back to back. Know your essays like the back of your hand. If it means recording your essays, speaking them back to yourself and listening to your recordings every day. I won't lie, like all these people that do Chevening content and say, that they listen to their essays every single day. I did not listen every single day, but I listened as regularly as possible. I recorded my essays, listened to them over and over again. I printed them out. I kept reading them as often as I could, and then I also looked at some questions, different questions that Chevening have asked over the years during interviews, and then I recorded myself answering them. I got a mentor to look at my answers until it was perfect. When my answers were perfect, I recorded them and then I listened to them as often as I could. That's what I did. Not every day, but often. Another thing you need to do is practice speaking, because especially if you're not so good with speaking in front of a crowd. I'm a lawyer, I go to court all the time, so I'm quite adept at speaking in front of a crowd or speaking in front of people. But if you're not so good at that, then you need a lot of practice. As soon as possible, start practicing. Even before your interview results come out, start practicing. Get a trusted family member, get friends, people would give you constructive feedback, who know what they're doing. By yourself, put on your camera, answer questions, play them back to yourself, see how you look, see whether you're making eye contact with your camera. Pretend that your camera is your panelist, okay? Behave like somebody is asking you questions and you're answering the questions. See how you look answering questions. Don't over gesticulate when you're answering questions. See how your flow is, how your confidence level is in front of people. Ask them to ask you random questions, even questions that you don't know, like questions you've not practiced, because trust me, your panel might ask you a follow-up question that you've not practiced for, and you need to be able to answer questions on the spot. So just ask your family member who you're practicing in front of, or your mentor, or anybody, to just ask you a random question you've not practiced for, and see how well you're able to regroup, relax, think about your answer, and then answer. See how your flow is, because trust me, they asked me a question I had not prepared for, and I was able to flow. Why? Because I had enough practice. So I'm going to be doing a second video on interviews. I can't do everything in one video, obviously, because this video is going to be too long. So I'm going to have to stop this video here. But I'm going to, by God's grace, I'm going to get 1 or 2 scholars to do like an interview simulation. And I'm going to do another video on how to ace your Chevening interviews. But until then, I hope this video was very helpful. Please, you guys, help my channel grow, help me share my videos, help me like, subscribe, and turn on my post notifications, or turn on your post notifications so that you would be notified anytime I post a new video. Until my next video, I'm so glad you guys keep engaging with my content. Thank you so much, and bye.